From the Home Slice News Center, this is the Daily Slice for Wednesday, May 3rd, 2023. I'm D-Ray Knight. This is what's going on. A Rapid City man was sentenced to 30 years Monday for firing a gun at several teenagers inside a vehicle near the Central States Fairgrounds in August of 2022. Casey Arehart was found guilty of 3 counts of aggravated assault and 1 count of discharge of a firearm at a vehicle. Judge Craig Fifley gave the 19-year-old 4 concurrent 15-year sentences with 5 years suspended on each aggravated assault count. For the discharge of a firearm conviction, he sentenced Arehart to 15 years with 10 suspended to run consecutive to the aggravated assault sentences. The court also ordered Arehart to pay court costs and restitution. South Dakota has a rather dubious distinction: some of the lowest paid teachers in the country. Amy Rose has more. Amy.
That's right. A new report by the National Education Association puts the Mount Rushmore state in 49th place in teacher pay. The data shows the average teacher's salary is about $50,500. New York pays its teachers the best at about $91,000 a year. The average salary for teachers nationwide is just over $66,000.
Dinosaur Park reopened to the public Monday after being closed for 7 months. The gift shop and visitor center was also open for the season. The staircase, however, isn't slated to be open until late June, but visitors can use the trailhead north of the parking lot to get to the park. The $3.5 million construction project is an extensive, multi-phase operation designed to bring the park's safety features up to code and increase accessibility. The City Council approved $1.6 million in vision funds in 2019 for the project, with the rest coming out of the Parks Department capital improvement projects and government facilities funds. In national and international news, poised to raise interest rates Wednesday for the 10th time, Federal Reserve officials are facing 2 competing economic trends that could make their future rate discussions more difficult and treacherous. On the one hand, turmoil in the banking sector and political battles over the government's borrowing limit could weaken the economy if banks restrict lending and financial markets tumble on fears of a default on the nation's debt. Such anxieties would argue against further rate hikes, at least for now. On the other hand, inflation, while slowing, is persisting at a level far above the central bank's 2% target rate, raising concerns that the Fed may have to further tighten credit to slow price increases. President Biden is sending troops to our southern border. Amy Rose has the details. Amy.
D-Ray, the Biden administration will send 1,500 troops to the U.S.-Mexico border amid an expected migrant surge following the end of coronavirus pandemic-era restrictions. The White House says the troops will be sent to focus on administrative tasks so that the U.S. Customs and Border Protection can work in the field. The troops will not do law enforcement work. President Joe Biden's actions follow similar moves by then-President Donald Trump, who deployed active duty troops to the border to assist Border Patrol on top of National Guard forces that were already there and processing large migrant caravans.
Russian authorities have accused Ukraine of attempting to attack the Kremlin with 2 drones overnight in an effort to assassinate President Vladimir Putin. The Kremlin on Wednesday decried the alleged attack attempt as a terrorist act and said Russian military and security forces disabled the drones before they could strike. It said no casualties were provided. The Kremlin added that President Vladimir Putin was safe and continued to work from a residence with his schedule unchanged. In a statement carried by a state news agency, the Kremlin said Russia retains the right to respond when and where it sees fit. Your weather forecast from the Home Slice Weather Center. Partly sunny and a high of 80. Slight chance of rain tonight and a low of 45. And that was your Daily Slice for Wednesday, May 3rd, 2023. The Daily Slice is a production of the Home Slice Media Group, hosted by D-Ray Knight with Amy Rose. Executive producer Mark Houston. Engineered by Chris Jacquez. I'm D-Ray Knight. Have a great day.